Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and we are getting down to the end of my products. So this is the second to last page I made using this collection. And typically when I get down to the last two pages, that's when I really start thinking, okay, I need to get this stuff used up. What kind of designs can I do that can really go through a lot of my leftovers? I knew I really wanted to use this, the rest of the little info sheet that comes in this collection that gives you a little snippet of all the pattern papers. I love using those on pages. So on this one, I decided to do something a little different. Usually when I use that piece, it's like a horizontal band that goes across the middle of the page somewhere. My photo sits on it and I add some layers. On this one, I decided to do it kind of in a different way where I trimmed that piece in half and then I put it on the top and bottom of the page instead of running through the middle. And I thought that was a really cool way and a different way to use that little card. So that's what I'm starting my design with, and now I'm going in with some of my scraps and framing my photo, and then I'll start doing some layers. I'm thinking my last and final page, per usual, will be the one that is super duper layery because I'm really trying to use everything up. But I am trying to keep in mind for this one, use what you can because I don't want too much pressure on that last page to really use everything. I just want to have fun with it. I do have this solid strip, 12-inch strip from a solid, so I decided to do a border punch on that and trim it in half, and the decorative scallop part is going to be underneath the top portion of that info sheet that's at the top of the page, and the bottom half that's just straight I'm going to have on the bottom part. For some reason I just didn't want that scallop on the bottom. I just wanted it solid. I think because a lot of my layers will be coming out from the bottom of the page around the photo, but I did want a kind of a decorative edge on the top since that's going to be pretty much the only stuff that's up there. So I'm just trying to get all of that situated, start gluing things down. This wood grain is not in this collection. I do not have any 12 by 12s left in this collection. So I'm pulling from my stash to form my 12 by 12s for the rest of the month, which, like I said, there's only two more pages from this collection. So I pulled in this wood grain from my stash, and I really wanted that rich wood grain that kind of played off of the wood grain that's already in this collection. So it looks cohesive with the rest of my pages. But that's where that paper came from, and now I'm just building on top of it. So now I'm getting those two layered sections on the top and the bottom done, and then I'm gonna start kind of layering more. I went ahead and framed my photo in a skinny piece of white and then a chunkier border with that floral design. I like that floral design because it's lighter, so there's a good contrast between the dark wood grain, but it also includes all of the colors in this collection. That way I'm really free when I go to layer. That's one of the things I love about using the info card. Literally all the pattern papers are on it, so you're really free when you're using scraps to really use all of them if you feel like it, because all the colors and all the patterns are already on the page. I'm starting with this mustard and white diagonal stripe. I had a good chunk of that one left, so I thought that would be a good one to kind of come out from the photo. I definitely want to get a tag used up. I have 2 tags left and 2 pages to go, which means I want a tag on each page. And then I definitely want to get my frames used up. I think I only have 1 frame left, and it's the aqua polka dot, so I thought this would be a good page to get that used up on. I have a lot of pocket cards left, which I always do. I rarely get all the pocket cards on the pages, but I have several left over, so I am trying to use what I can from that. And I really love this orange grid pocket card, so I thought that could be the backing for my aqua frame. Lots of good contrast there, which is very interesting to me. You can see I pulled in a bunch of my leftovers from previous Felicity Jane kits. If anyone wonders where my scraps go at the end of the month, I keep them together in their kit, and just in these little kind of mini collection things that I can pull out whenever I have another Felicity Jane kit that has coordinating elements. So for this collection, I pulled in, I think it was the Amanda collection that I was really pulling from. I really loved that little yellow banner that says Happy Camper. The mustard goes, the pink goes, the white goes. There is some little green pine trees underneath, but they don't clash with the aqua I'm using, so I thought that would be really cute. This photo is from Bennett's birthday, so this was when he turned 3. We all went out to Mellow Mushroom and ate pizza. Bennett loves pizza. There again is a heart over my sister's face because I was trying to take a selfie with me and Bennett, and I didn't realize she was in frame, and she kind of looked over last minute and had this kind of funny face because she last minute realized she was in frame and tried to like smile. But I kind of caught her at a weird point in that photo, so I just covered it because I know she won't want that face on YouTube. It's going to be in my album. I am just going to make a little note next to her face in the photo that I caught her by surprise, and that's why she is making that face. But I didn't want that just open because I feel like it would be distracting to the process video. I had another photo I took right after this where my sister is leaning in over Bennett and smiling, and she looks super cute, but Bennett realized I was taking a photo and decided to be a 3-year-old and opened his mouth with all the food showing. So I really didn't want that photo on here, so I went with the one where Bennett is kind of smiling with a mouthful of food and my sister just looks caught by surprise. So that's why the photo's like that. But I did pull in that little yellow banner from the Amanda collection that I'll end up using. The little aqua tab from the Amanda collection I'm going to add to the top there. I got those 2 orange photo corners from this collection on a page finally. And now I'm trying to figure out which tag I want to use. I definitely want one of these tags on here. And I'm thinking because I already have the floral frame that I want to use the wreath tag. I really don't want the floral tag next to the floral frame. So that's why I'm deciding to go with that one. I love this little autumnal frame, but I'm just not going to get it used up, unfortunately. But I do really love the hardware on these tags. The gold eyelets are really, really pretty. And so I'm thinking if I layer up a glassine bag and a doily, you can see I tried that floral and it's just not, it doesn't look good next to the floral pattern paper, but I am going to use that little wreath tag in that glassine bag. So you can't really see the wreath. You get a little bit of the detail through those layers, but I really like the added dimension and texture that adds. So I'm going to have that tag in that glassine bag in those layers. I am popping this little happy camper piece up on some foam. That way it lays flat across the frame. And I'm thinking that my title is going to go inside of that frame. I just want to say like 3 years or #3 or something to do with Bennett's age, because I know I have some numbers to use up on my alpha sheet. Again, I pulled in some black twine that I'm pretty sure I got off of some clothing. I always save the twine that comes on clothing from tags, and I always end up using them on scrapbook pages. So I got the black one used up, and now I want to do a little bit more layering with some of the scraps that I have. I already have the floral on here, but since I have the info sheet and it includes the floral and the autumnal kind of floral with the leaves and acorns, I decided to get that pattern on here as well. So I'm just tucking that on either side. This is really what I like to do when I have scraps, and you'll see a lot, especially on the next page. Even though I only have small pieces, if I only have one piece and I want it on either side of a photo, you can just cut it in half, stack it on either side of your layers, and it makes it look like a lot longer piece that potentially looks like it could run behind all the layers, even though it was just a little piece. So I am doing that with all 3 of these. I did that with the mustard diagonal stripe, the leafy floral, and now this aqua, or the aqua mint. I keep interchanging those colors this month. I guess it is more minty, but I keep calling it aqua. But this solid paper I'm going to have at the very end, which I think looks cute for some contrast. I wanted that color elsewhere, so it's not just the frame. And it kind of helps that the tab I pulled in from the Amanda collection is that color as well, so it's represented nicely. And here are the alpha sheets. I didn't have, I think it was an R I was missing and an L, and a lot of the words I wanted to spell 3-year-old or 3 years or something like that I just didn't have, but I did have a 3 and I did have a pound symbol, so I'm just going to call it #3. And I think my layers are almost done. I definitely want to do some stamping, and I need to get my little hexagon chipboard stickers on here. I'm just trying to see if there's any other layers I want. I was expecting to actually get more of my scraps used up on this page than I actually did. But I think because the info card can look very busy because it has all those patterns and colors on there, I really liked how this page was looking as is. I didn't want to add too much to where it became too busy because I really like kind of the balance I've struck at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp. I'm going to say together in the bottom right hand corner, and then up on that little tab there's an empty part I wanted to put a word, so I just did family. It fit in there perfect. And then after that, I think I do my little hexagon stickers, and that's pretty much it, I think. So I'm just going to get that stamp cleaned up and do the second one. And then I do it off camera at the end after I take that heart off of my sister's face, because I was like, I need to explain why she's making a face so that when we're looking through this album, we're not like, why is she making that face? So I just wrote afterwards, and you'll see at the end of the month when I do my layout share, it just says, caught Becca by surprise up there next to that little aqua tag or tab. But I'm adding 3 little hexagon stickers. I've been loving those as finishing touches this month. And I think the close-ups are coming up here in a minute. So yeah, pretty simple, but I'm glad I got that whole info card used up this month. All of the little scallopy pieces, this part here that has all the pattern papers, even the polka dot branding strip at the top of that info card I got used up. So I'm very pleased with myself about that. But here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.